All right, welcome back. Well, this is always the point in the show. If you're just joining us now, by the way, I should go back. We're now about to embark in the after shot of a major renovation undertaken by Pioneer Craftsman.
I get giddy.
Yeah, and I haven't seen the shots yet. And every time these guys come in, it's a combination of both elation that you feel, but depression at the same time, because all of a sudden it sets a different bar. And again, I'm wondering if we could track how many divorces have taken place as a result of the Pioneer Craftsman segments. Joining us again in studio is Jamie Adam with Pioneer Craftsman. Just do a quick recap of the rooms that we were looking at, and then we'll get into the after shots.
Great. So we had a mud room, really needed to come down. What we needed to do was extend that kitchen, create a proper kitchen. We had the challenge of the master bedroom addition that we needed to temporarily support, but we also had then some other interior renovations that we included as well, and we had a dining room that was just really a facelift in there, some unique cabinetry, and we've got a few pictures of that as well, and then also a little bit of a living room, again just a bit of a facelift in there, but really all of the work, the bulk of the work was in the kitchen.
See, and I like the way Jamie presents this so calmly. Don't forget that we have that whole new master bedroom that's on top of all of this that has to be supported while we're fixing everything underneath. But you really did some superior work in this, and I think we're going to get a chance now to take a look at some of the after pictures of the work that Pioneer Craftsman was able to develop in this home, because really for the people that owned the home, they didn't want to move. They really loved the area, so they needed to change the area.
Here we go.
And now they've got a grown-up kitchen.
There we go.
Grown-up.
Huge,
grown up is right.
Huge change. So you can remember back to the the blue and the white cabinets that was in there before, and literally 2 steps from one side of the kitchen to the other, no storage space. Now, look at what we've got: ample storage space for a full family of 4. Plenty of countertop space, and a lot of unique features in the kitchen as well. And something that was very important, and is important to a lot of people, is to maintain the character of the home. And through the cabinetry that we've utilized here, a painted maple cabinetry with a nice little glazed finish.
You got the brush poles
on that. You saw in the previous picture an apron-style sink. It really speaks to the age and the style of that home.
Oh, absolutely.
And then in this picture here is really unique as well, and a couple of neat features. We've got a communications center that you can see just in the center of your screen.
With the computer
With the computer. Again, perfect for a growing family. Kids want to be on the computer, parents want to see exactly what's going on, but also a great place to pay bills. And when you don't have a home office, this works and doubles perfectly. And then right to the left is actually a really unique little feature that we can't see on TV, but they had a dog, and they didn't want to have the dog food tray sitting out and people tripping over it and somebody stepping in it, or you're always getting tipped over. So in the kick plate below the cabinetry, we actually put a little slide-in tray underneath, and so the dog, and so the dog can actually just go and tip it, hit it with his paw, and out it slides. And there's his water and his food. So something really unique as well. Again, here's more cabinetry in the stainless steel appliances. Really adds a feel of modern feel to it, but it doesn't take away and change the whole feel of the house.
I was going to say, and you gave it's a popular trend right now in sinks. I mean, the sink is not your traditional brushed stainless steel sink. You've actually gone to a ceramic sink there.
That's right.
So again, in keeping with the period that the house would have been built in. But you guys have the ability to make kitchens sexy. You know what I mean? Like, I want to spend every time I've seen a kitchen on your show, on the show, I just want to live in it. But
yeah.
Okay,
so
we
that's
have
what
another
people
room
want,
here.
and this is the dining room, and the 3 center units of the cabinetry, that was actually existing cabinetry. And what we did is we took the doors off and we refinished them, and we added 2 new sections to the outside. So we actually did that right in our shop. And now it creates a whole entire built-in look, but it had some sentimental value. It was a grandmother's cabinetry. They didn't want to throw it out, and why bother? It was still good cabinets. So we've added on to it, added some features like the crown molding, etc., that really ties everything in. And it's now a custom cabinet.
How nice is that? I didn't realize you could do that as well and just match it up, because that just looks like it's one big piece. I would have never guessed that you had to add sections to that. That's beautiful.
That's right, yeah. The 2 end sections are brand new. And then this is the living room cabinetry. Incorporating a fireplace was very important. Windows were definitely had a premium in this house, so we didn't want to remove any of the windows. So the window above was existing. So we utilized a high efficiency natural gas fireplace. And then to the right is actually the TV cabinet. Again, we didn't want to take away from the feel of the room. If we wanted to go in there and sit down and enjoy. But to the right of the fireplace, you can open those doors and they fold away, sort of like in a hotel. You often see that in the cabinetry, and then out slides the TV.
And where's
Wow.
the return air system blowing? Because traditionally it would go up, would it not, where the window currently is?
The return,
Or in the fireplace.
it's actually venting directly out. It's a direct vent
Okay.
fireplace, so we don't need a chimney when we go with the high efficiency
of course,
direct
yeah.
vent gas
This
fireplace.
shows you why I don't build buildings. But you know, and one of the things that always, and I'll say it every time, is every time we see Pioneer Craftsman's work, there's no dead space. Anything you design, everything is so very functional and so used in an absolute way. I mean, you get every square foot out of that given room and make it livable, and it just opens up and breathes. You know, it's amazing.
And you know what? That was actually something that I really appreciated working on this project. Is the house probably didn't even total 1,200 square feet.
Wow.
Family of 4. Today, what does everybody expect? You know, minimum 2,000 square feet. They want to see big open spaces. Well, here, what we've actually tried to give them, and I think we've done a pretty good job, is give them a space that is just really unique for them. Everything does have a place. It has a purpose, and that's really what we aim really strongly towards in our design, and then follow that through with our construction.
Well, and that takes a good conversation and sitting down with the right people and really talking about everything, because so often we go into plans and renovations with one idea in mind and think this is what it's got to be. But when you start to talk things through, you realize, well, you know what, maybe that's not exactly what I want. And that's what you're able to do, is to walk people through the process. And even with the computer technology you have that makes it, for somebody like me that can't visualize things, you know, puts it up on screen for me so I can understand what you're talking about, and all the new trends that are coming out and the new things that you guys see on a day-to-day basis that can make all the difference to that renovation project.
That's right. So often I find that homeowners will get blinders on. I get it in my own home. You know, you're living within the walls that you can see. We can come in, we're a fresh set of eyes, and we can look at things from an overhead view, a bigger picture. And we can take a look at that, and certainly when we put things onto the computer, we can easily at that point move walls around and play with different ideas and options, and it really comes in handy to see exactly what
When
you're going to
she
get.
walked into that kitchen the first time, she must have had tears in her eyes to go from 4 cupboards to that beautiful kitchen that you put together for, and even the structural difference you could make. PioneerCraftsman.com is where you want to go for more information and to contact Jamie and the crew of Pioneer Craftsman Limited. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Beautiful
Pleasure.
renovation. Oh, Roger, you have your work cut out for you. Back in a moment. Stay with us.